Joel, you good for setup?
Yes. Is he ready? Or
Yeah, he's ready.
I text him. Okay, I'm gonna start right now. I text him.
Okay.
Okay, I'm starting right now. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 10 Luminous Emanation session every Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. We live streaming the session from here, the Kabbalah Center, LA, Los Angeles. We'll take a moment just to allow more friends to join. We are going to continue from where we stopped in the last session, Tel Luminous Emanations, the second section. We are in the first part of the second section of the Tel Luminous Emanations, the writings of Rabbi Zikluria Diari, with Rav Ashlag, who is there to help us to awaken some level of understanding regarding all the secrets of creation that Diari reveals in these writings known as the Tree of Life. So in the past, in the last session, I started to talk about the new reality that came into formation, existence after the Tzimtzum. The Tzimtzum is the term that is being used by the Kabbalist for the moment that the light of the Creator removed itself from the vessel. As we learned, the vessel was created into a reality of the endless, which means endless light, with the vessel that has the ability to receive endlessly with no limitations. Now, in the new reality that appeared after the Tzimtzum, after the vessel asked the Creator to remove its light, this new reality, as we explained, called the Kav, the reality of the line, and as we explained last week, we never talk about the physical connotations of those names, meaning when we speak about the reality of the Kav or the reality of the line, we should not allow our mind to go into visualizing a reality with a line as normally we would define a line. A line in the spiritual level being defined by a reality that has beginning and has an end. The reality of a circle represents or being defined by reality of endless. Reality of a line represents or being defined as a limited reality, which means that the light, the fulfillment, the energy that can flow and become manifested within the reality of the line, this new reality, is very limited, simply because the new vessel in this new reality does not have the ability to reveal now light or energy in ways of endless, with no limitations, as the vessel could reveal and receive in the time of the creation of the vessel. The Ari writes, and this is one of the only sessions in Tel Luminous Emanation that we actually following word by word, page by page, the writings of the Kabbalist, Rabbi Zikluria here and Rav Ashlag. So the Ari writes, קו הזה הוא כאין צינור דק אחד. that this line, this new reality of the line which is, again, as we said, the reality that there is as beginning and has an end, reality that can reveal a very diminished level of energy in comparison to the light that could be revealed in the endless. וכאין צינור דק אחד. It is like a thin pipe which represents a thin revelation of light, of energy. And the Rav Ashlag is going to talk about the why behind the Ari is mentioning the word echad, which means one. Why it's not just a thin pipe or just the reality of the line, but the Ari is using as a thin pipe, as a thin one pipe. And Rav Ashlag is questioning and is going to talk about what is the secret behind the additional word of echad in this verse. And Rav Ashlag writes, ולהוציא את תיקון שלושת הקווים שנעשו בעולם האצילות. The first reality that came into existence, as we learn, called Olam Adam Kadmon, that literally means the world, the primordial man world. Don't take the names literally. It is the name Adam Kadmon that was given and being used by all the Kabbalists to define or to describe the first world, the first spiritual dimension that was created, that came into existence after the Tzimtzum. So in this section of our studying, Rav De'ari and Rav Ashlag describing and speaking about this level, the world of Adam Kadmon. There are 5 worlds that came into existence, and the world called Adam Kadmon is the first one. The world of Adam Kadmon, if we would translate it, primordial man, the world of Adam Kadmon, there is no reality of the 3 column system. Now, as students of the center, of the Kabbalah Center, we learn since Kabbalah 1 about the 3 column system, that in order to be able to create a circuitry of energy, to allow energy to become manifested in our lives, there must be the condition that is being awakened by the vessel of the 3 column system. And in a more simple way, as we know, the 3 column system represents the right column, which is the desire to give, the energy of mercy, the left column, which is the desire to receive, which is energy of judgment, and the central column, which, as we describing it, is the power of restriction. In the world of Adam Kadmon, the reality of the 3 column system did not exist. There is no reality of the 3 column system. So, therefore, in this reality of the Adam Kadmon, there is no the idea of correction, as will come later in the next reality called Atzilut, the world of emanation. So there isn't the correction that is based on the 3 column system. There is only one column. There is only one column. And this is where Rav Ashlag is bringing it to. Why there is using the idea of one thin line and not just thin line, since we speak about the reality of Adam Kadmon, which the system of the three column does not exist, there is only one column, and this one column refers to what called in Kabbalah Midat Adin, which is the energy of judgment, or the left column. I believe that you heard about this idea and the secret behind it before. Those of you who read the Zohar, I believe you could read it in the Zohar. It appears in many of the writings. It says that when the Creator created the world, the Creator created the world b'midat adin, which that the overruling force or energy of creation in the first phase of creation was midat adin, which is energy of judgment, energy of the left column. Then we learned that the Creator realized that the world will not survive, cannot really handle the energy in this way of the left column of midat adin, of the energy of judgment, and therefore the Creator brought and created a new system, what we call the system of the three column. And the three column system refers to midat arachamim, which is the overruling energy behind is energy of mercy, is the energy of mercy. Now, before we continuing with what Rav Ashlag will explain here, what does it mean that the Creator created the world with the force that overruling the whole reality is the left column, the energy of judgment? And what is the difference, beside of the obvious understanding that we might have regarding judgment and the energy of mercy? What is the deeper meaning behind the energy of judgment and the energy of mercy? So we know that everything in the system of the universe works according to cause and effect. There is action and there is reaction. We learned that there is no randomness in this world, in this life. Of course, we all fall into spiritual blindness of not realizing and recognizing the relationship between cause and effect. And then when things happen for good or whatever we call for bad, we are very limited in seeing, recognizing the cause behind what is taking place. We're experiencing in most of times the reality as it appears in our lives. This is part of our spiritual blindness that we want throughout the work that we do, the spiritual, the internal work that we do, the work of transformation that we do, to remove all the spiritual fog, all the spiritual clouds that blinding us from seeing the relationship between cause and effect. And we know that the way the universe was constructed for all of us is that cause and effect do not have a direct relationship in the spiritual levels. In the physical level, there are times that we can see that there is a direct relationship between cause and effect. For instance, if God forbid, somebody put their hand on a burning stove, the cause and the effect will come immediately. If someone, God forbid, put their finger inside of the socket, God forbid, the cause and effect will come immediately. We can see the effect. Now, obviously, when we are very aware of the relationship of cause and effect, we normally we will choose right. Who proactively would put his hand on a burning stove knowing that it's going to burn themselves? No one, right? Unless, God forbid, that they're having some type of imbalance or they desire to hurt themselves. But the majority of the world would never do something like that, right? So sometimes in the physical dimension, physical level, we can see the immediate reaction of cause and effect. However, in the spiritual level, in many other levels, we don't truly see, we are not fully aware of the relationship of the cause and effect. When the relationship of cause and effect coming with no space between themselves, like God forbid the finger in the socket and the person feels the pain of the electrical energy, there is no space between cause and effect. This is what we call energy of judgment. Energy of judgment or energy of the left column is a reality where there is no space between cause and effect. What is the reality of the three column system? What is the reality of mercy that came into existence in the following world, the creation of the next reality, which is the world of Atzilut, the world of emanation? The reality of mercy, the reality of the three column system, is a reality that there is space between cause and effect. Now, obviously, we can realize from what I explained before the benefit of the energy of mercy, the energy of the space between cause and effect. What is the practicality of the space between cause and effect? The idea of time. There is time between the cause and the effect. Meaning in the spiritual level, we might do something that is short-circuiting our relationship, our connection with our soul, with our inner light, with the light of the Creator. We will not feel the pain right away. If we created some type of negativity by speaking in a negative way about someone else, obviously we awakening negative energy that affecting our own reality, our own destiny, but we don't have the ability to see the effect of our words. We don't have the ability many times to see the effect of our actions. In one hand, in the reality of the three column system, the reality of mercy, there is time between cause and effect. So even if I do, God forbid, intentionally or unintentionally, as for most of us, obviously, because most of us would not do something negative, by intention. So the space, the time that being created between cause and effect allows energy of mercy to become awakened, to allow me to realize the change that I need to go through, the transformation that I need to manifest inside of myself, the correction, as we call it. For me, for us to be able to make a correction, there has to be energy of mercy in the process. If somebody would steal and right away would lose their hand, if this the way of the reality of the left column, which cause and effect coming right away together with no space, with no time between them, there is no way for anyone to realize, to recognize what are the things that I still do that short-circuiting my connection, relationship with the light, with the Creator, and then to get into some type of a process so I will be able to correct my relationship with the light. So in one hand, the energy of mercy, buying for all of us some time to be able to recognize and to realize what are the things that we need to correct? What are the things we need to transform? What are the things that we need to change? In other hand, since the relationship of cause and effect in the reality of the three column system is not a direct relationship, it affects obviously also the positive things that we do in our life. Meaning, you've done something amazing in your life and you don't see with your mind the universe treating you in the same way. And you keep doing amazing things. You share and you care for other people and you go out of yourself for other people. And you don't see again that the universe is going out of itself for you. There is now space also between the positive things, right, that we do, and the positive energy that is becoming revealed in our process. Many times I believe that it happened to many of us. We desire, we beg, we pray, we meditate to shorten the process in our lives. There is something that you want and it takes a long time. And we might become frustrated, for the obvious reasons, right? There is something that you really, desiring to happen in your life, to meet the right individual, to succeed in some type of a project, to manifest a dream that you have, and you invest, and it takes long time, and sometimes you get even to feel that maybe it will never happen, right? Sometimes we beg to close the space and to see the results of our work. Remember that this space exists for a reason. When energy comes into our lives, when the vessel is not fully ready for it to come, this energy, this fulfillment, this beautiful thing that we wish to have, when it comes into a vessel that is not fully prepared to receive it, somehow this beautiful, powerful, positive energy becomes something that eventually we don't really want. It brings with it different pressures that we will not necessarily know how to handle. It will awaken inside of us different things that will not be able really to hold on to this amazing energy that we wish to have before. It's the same like if a little kid desiring now to become a billionaire, and they become billionaire, and they have no idea what to do with this money. If we think about many people that achieved success in short time with no process, and something that we all wish to have, right? But when you think about it, for some reason, many of those type of people are not content and not happy. Many of them falling into addictions and drugs and many other things that, why? If they just received what they wanted, why there is dark feeling inside that making us to fall into bad habits? In relationships, for instance, somebody might desire to find the right one. But if we are not ready internally, being ready, it is nothing about the physicality as you understand. If inside we are not ready, the perfect one might appear tomorrow. and you might even feel that the potentially can be the perfect one for you. And in a short time, the mind, if I have an issue of being critical or judgmental, the mind start to see all the things that they are not perfect in this individual, and I'm not able to overcome the judgment I have inside of me about what seemed to be imperfection, right? Imperfected in the outside. Being ready, it is about the transformation that I need to go through to create the condition that will allow the energy to become manifested in my life. So as long things are not becoming manifested, things that we really wish to have, it means that the universe, with his genius mind, is realizing, one second, if I'm going to give it right now to this individual, it might be one individual or to humanity. The universe is looking at all of us, or one of us, right? Or and saying, one say, I really desire to give all the good, all the fulfillment, all the positivity, all the energy, all the success, everything, right? With no limitations. I really want to manifest all this goodness and positivity in the life of this individual or humanity. But I can see that they will not be able to hold on to this energy because they're not ready. Maybe we're still involved in so much judgment towards each other. Maybe the world still have hatred in ways that even if all the goodness will become manifested, there is no vessel to hold on to this goodness. What are the things that we need to clean or to transform inside of us that will allow this energy to become revealed? This is the reality of the three-column system. This is the reality that allows correction within ourselves. After all, as we studied, we spoke about last week, but in Tel Luminous Emanations is just taking Kabbalah 1, Kabbalah 2, Kabbalah 3 into much deeper levels of understandings, right? We read from Rav Ashlag and getting into the core, into the essence of all the process that we're going through at the soul level. So after all, our soul asked the Creator to remove its light in the endless. This is what we call the tzimtzum, in order to enable the soul, the vessel, to go through a process to elevate and to correct itself. When the vessel left, disconnected from the endless, when the vessel asked the Creator to remove its light, the Creator removed its light. The Creator is answering according to the desire of the vessel. The vessel now got into a new reality which was completely empty of light, complete darkness, from totality of light into totality of darkness, extreme. This was a moment when the vessel realized, oh my God, what have I done? What did I ask for? The first reality that came into existence, as we spoke about, it's the reality called Adam Kadmon, the reality of the one Kav, the reality of one column, which is reality of the left column, reality of the judgment that does not have the three-column system, that does not have the energy of mercy, does not have the time that we need, that the vessel needs to be able to transform, to recognize, to realize, to reflect, to go through all this process that we are going through. In the first reality, this system did not exist. The reality of the three-column system came into existence in the second reality, which is Olam Atzilut, which is the world of emanation. So there are 5 words. The first one is the world called Adam Kadmon. The second primordial man, the second world called Olam Atzilut, which is the world of emanation, the third world called Olam Bria, the world of creation, the fourth called Olam Yetzirah, the world of formation, the fifth called Olam Asiyah, which is the world of action. If you don't take notes, and obviously, it will be difficult to remember, but there will be the recording so you can listen to it again, obviously. Each one of those words is connected with one of the sfirot in the tree of life, right? So if we speak about the world of Adam Kadmon, primordial man, we're talking about the vibration of the energy of Keter in the tree of life. If we speak about the world of Atzilut, the world of emanation, it is not a physical dimension, physical world. No, we talk about a vibration. It is a spiritual vibration, reality. So the second world, which is Olam Atzilut, is referred or connected to Sfirat Chokhmah, the next Sfira. We have in Keter and then Chokhmah. The third world, the world of Bria, the world of creation, is connected with Sfirat Bina. The world of Yetzirah, Olam Yetzirah, the world of formation, is connected with the level of Ze'er Anpin in the tree of life. And the world of Asiyah, the world of action, is connected with the Malchut. 5 words are connected with the 5 Sfirot, Keter, Chokhmah, Bina, Ze'er Anpin, and Malchut. And as we learned, the Sfira of Ze'er Anpin consists of 6 dimensions, 6 Sfirot, which is Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, and Yesod, that coming together, and this is what we call Ze'er Anpin. So there is one way to count the Sfirot as 10, Keter, Chokhmah, Bina, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. There is another way to count the Sfirot as Keter, Chokhmah, Bina, Ze'er Anpin, and Malchut. Just, again, it's just because we are studying, it is important to know for the future, because Rav Ashlag and Diari are going to use those terms of the Sfirot, of the Olamot, the words, the emanations, when they will get deeper to explain more powerful ideas and secrets regarding it. So, I need to check the time. Okay, I think it's half an hour, so thank you so much for joining us. I want to wish all of you all the blessings. We have few updates or announcements just to give you. One of them is this week, for the first time, we're opening a global online Kabbalah 1. We have already more than 1,000 students, people who signed, who show their interest in joining. So we're expecting thousands of people from all around the world to join us. Will be given by Eitan Yardeni, one of the best teachers that we have at the Kabbalah Center. More than 35 years is teaching, a direct student, and for many, many years of the Rav and the Keren. I want to encourage all of you to check it out. Go to Kabbalah.com and you'll find all the information. Joining the class is for free. Anyone who would like to do any contribution that will be used for all the work that the center is doing is welcome to do that at the time of registering, but it's not, doesn't cost any money. You can join without paying anything. Friends that you have, family that you have, who you believe will be open, and I believe in our days many more people are open for wisdom and powerful information that can support them internally and not just physically. So I think it's, and I believe it's amazing time for all of us to raise the consciousness of the world, the vibration of our world, and this is an amazing, amazing opportunity to welcome and to bring in friends again that are open-minded and interested, and they can even have just the first session, and then they can decide if they want to join to the rest or not. As I mentioned, they don't need to pay any money for taking part in it. Thank you so much for joining. I want to wish you to have an amazing and powerful and healthy and blessed week ahead. And I will see you in the next session.